So I'm going to start recording now. And like I said, so excited you guys hopped on. Ashley and I were talking yesterday. Well, we actually weren't even talking directly. We were talking in a group of something. And we were very aligned on where we're at today. Things that shifted. And while I wouldn't usually jump to do a noon Zoom on in the middle of the week, that is a testament to what we have to do right now. It's all about shifting and adjusting and not being set in our ways and just adjusting and making the most of the situation we're in and being resourceful with it. So I was like, you know what? Everybody's home. Most people are home working from home. And, whether corporate America would like to believe this or not, most of us are home and we can't, if we work in corporate America, we don't have the same sort of workload or capabilities to do all the things that we're doing. So I honestly see this as such a big opportunity and a great time to do so many things that you wouldn't usually get to do. And things are shifted and things are changed, but one of the biggest things that I wanted to talk with Ashley about is she's killing it. She's a top enroller in this company month in and month out, but even during this time. And so I wanted to talk to you guys because she was vulnerable yesterday and talked about how she was nervous and scared and let this kind of paralyze her for just a few days. And then she talked about her mindset shift. So I'm going to ask Ashley some questions. You guys are going to walk away today feeling excited and empowered and have tactical things that you can do. And we're just going to share with you some of the things that we're doing to keep our businesses going. So first and foremost, Ashley, will you introduce yourself to everyone and tell them a little bit about yourself for people that don't know you?
Yeah, well, thanks so much for having me on. I'm in working from bed too, because my office is like right next to my daughter's room, and I'm like, she's trying to take a nap right now. So if you hear a crying baby, let's just do our best to ignore it. But the good thing, just like Lauren said, is that my husband is home right now. So for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Ashley Pfleuger. I'm a triple diamond. I've been in this business for 5 years now. And I joined this whenever I was 19. I had just dropped out of college. And honestly, I was just looking for something that I could make money with. I didn't really see the huge vision with this. I just thought that, if I could make some money from home, that would be cool. And fast forward to now, I've paid over $12,000 worth of debt off. My husband and I were able to buy our first house at 23. And my daughter was born last year, and I've been able to be home with her full time. And I know that's not really what our main focus is right now. But I know that, right now, and I'm like nervous to do this Zoom because what we're going to touch on, it's just a touchy subject and it's hard to really talk about. But just like Lauren was saying, I have been on both sides of this where, I've been nervous and scared and I've let it consume me and I've stared at the news all day. And I've woken up and gotten on my phone right away and looked at every article there is. And, that's what I did the first half of the month. And I'm just going to be honest. And I know that most of you guys are in that position right now, where we are letting this consume us and it's taking over our lives and it's ruining some people's businesses. And that's the sad thing about this. And all that I can say, before we jump into questions, that we have to be the light. One, we do have such a platform where we can speak on what's important and what, we should be doing. But we can't let it ruin our lives. We have to be prepared, just like, I hope everyone is. And if you think it's not real, then you're, I'm not saying you're stupid, but we need to be prepared for what's going on, but we don't need to be so consumed in this. So, yeah, we can just jump into questions and yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I think that what Ashley just said, this is what we're on here to talk to you guys about. So drop a 1 in the comments if this whole coronavirus has affected you in some way, shape, or form. Okay. And here's what I want to come on here and tell you. It can affect you and it's going to affect you. It doesn't matter like whatever way we want to spin it. And I think as a leader and a leader in this company, I'm here to tell you that it is going to affect you, but it doesn't have to affect you in negative ways. It can affect you in really positive ways. And you just have to make the most of your time. There are millions of people still wanting these products and to join this business. And I think it's all about how you go about it. Ashley talked about how she was waking up and how she was using her time. She was waking up and she was turning on the news and pouring herself into, obsessing over the coronavirus and whatever. And to be honest with you guys, like I wasn't necessarily doing that, but I was just paralyzed, like, with what do I post? Where do I go from here? Like, should I just continue on as if nothing is happening? And it was finding that like balance. Like, I felt really, to be honest with you guys, I felt bad about posting about my coffee when people were like so scared and terrified and were like running out of toilet paper. And I was like making all these assumptions in my head about like, what should I be doing? What should I be posting? And I finally got past that too. And it was like, okay, there's people reaching out to me. There's people literally messaging me saying, I'm home working for 14 days and I do not want to get off my health goals. Like, it's time for me to try that coffee you've been talking about. But I just had to like open my mind and I had to be still talking about it. If I would have stopped talking about it, then people aren't going to be here. And one of the biggest things for me was, what are you guys loving to watch right now? I don't know about you, but we're about 3 days in the thick of this, and I am like over it already. Like, not over it because I'm not blind to it. I know it's here, but I'm like over every post and every meme and every this and every that. And I'm so sick of hearing about coronavirus, and I'm not just saying that. Like, I literally like just don't want to hear it. And the things that are so refreshing to me are the people who are on there, are my blogger friends doing their hair tutorials, doing their makeup tutorials, giving me a dang try on session, like sharing me their organization tips, sharing their mom hacks for like doing activities with their kids. Those are what I'm loving. So Ashley, I know that you've shifted your perspective so much. So talk to us about, what are you doing? What are you doing on a daily basis to engage people? Because you said you let it paralyze you. And I want to talk about mindset, because you weren't enrolling and at all. And you're always a top enroller, and you weren't enrolling when you were in this mindset. And then what changed for you? What happened? And what was the actual action that you took? And then that led to enrollments again.
Yeah. So on the 15th of this month, I had enrolled one distributor, and that, that's not okay with me because I always shoot for like 10 every single month. And today is now the 18th and I've enrolled 7. So just within the past 72 hours, I've enrolled 6 distributors. And the one thing that I've noticed from this is that every single person is saying that their classes are online right now, or they're working from home right now, and they want to have something to do with their extra time that they do have. And so all of these people are coming to me from my post. And, I was posting, I think that the most important thing, because I've seen some nasty things, even from Itworks people, like, this isn't a time to brag about what we have. This is a time to share what we have with a genuine heart. And if you don't know how to find that, then maybe you do need to step away from it for a little bit until you can come up with the right type of post. But you need to speak from the bottom of your heart. And that's exactly what I've been doing in my post, because I know that there are people who are seriously struggling right now. And like I was saying earlier, we can be the light for those people. I don't know if you guys watched Joel's video in the Lifers page that ends on their YouTube channel. He said in 2008, when the economy was crashing, that's when they found Itworks. So in the hardest times of your life, that's where, we can be a light for people, and we can offer them this opportunity. And so I think about the people who are coming into our organization right now. They're the people that we want. They're people who are motivated, they're driven, they're ready to have a change, and they don't ever want to have to feel this way again. We don't know what's to come in the next days, weeks, months, decades, and what's going to happen again, or what are people going to do if this does happen again. And so we have to think, moving forward, how can we help people? And we always say that, but right now I think we really need to be sensitive to what's going on, and just find a way, ask God to help you. I always say, like, help me find a way to be sensitive about this, but still, promote my business. And the words are just flowing out of my mouth into my post. And so one thing I will say that like, so on Friday night, I was literally last Friday, I seriously felt like I was depressed. And I don't know if anyone else feels that way right now, and I've never felt that way. I've never been someone ever. And if you follow me, like, or if you're my friend, I don't care about the news. I don't care about I don't cannot care about it, but I don't watch it, because I believe you get what you focus on. And so I was watching the news like constantly, and I was looking at every article, and I was scrolling Facebook, and I was like, I was so consumed in that I thought that I couldn't post about my business. And so, yeah, I was literally in a funk for no reason. And so the second I said, no more news, you can my dad will call me if there's an update because he's so, interested in it. So if dad calls, then I answer and I figure out what's going on. But I don't need to watch the news. It's the same thing that's going. Have you watched? Like if you've watched, it's the same thing that's just playing every day. My pastor was saying like 30 years ago, you could only watch the news at like 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Now it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's all day because that's what they want people to do. They want people to be consumed by this. And so, and I'm not saying don't be aware. I went and spent $700 worth of groceries. Like I'm quarantined myself. I'm not going anywhere. But know that there are people who literally need this right now. And so if you are someone who is scared right now, what are you focusing on? Are you scrolling Facebook and looking at everything that people are either complaining about a concert thing being canceled or not being able to travel or no toilet paper or they can't pay their bills? Like when we look at that, that's when it affects us because we don't know how we can post about our business. So step away from the news, step away from the articles, step away from scrolling on Facebook and work your business just like you would day in and day out. That's all that it comes down to. And there's no like, and that's what my mindset was. That shift that I had is I was like, you know what, I need to work my business because this is the only thing that's here right now. Like I said, my husband, he does work in corporate America, and my family's life is actually being affected by this, but my actual business right now isn't. And that's what's so cool. And Candy was even saying like, there's no issues with our shipping right now. There's no delay in that. So we need to focus on getting the products and the business opportunity out to people because people do want it. I just signed a customer this morning. I'm talking to another distributor about enrolling right now. So I'm still doing host to post. And I do distributor host to post too. And that's where a lot of my distributors are coming from. But then it's also just my post and just speaking from your heart and knowing that, you're using this platform right now and you have such an advantage right now. I truly believe that there's going to be the right people coming into our organizations right now. And, like I said, it can either make or break your business. And that's really all that it comes down to. And honestly, I know it's so much longer, but the one thing that I did differently is I stopped staring at everything. I was prepared. I'm aware of it and I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying inside my house, but I'm not going to watch the same articles over and over again. I'm not going to let the numbers skyrocket. I'm not going to just stare at social media because it's not doing anything for me. So the second I did that, it's just my enrollments are up and it's working for my entire team too, because I'm just being honest with them and saying, hey, I was consumed by this. I was literally in a funk for no reason. And now I'm out of it. And it's just so quickly that our minds can shift.
Okay, you touched on so many similar things. Like I was in the same boat. I feel like people are in the same. It's a distraction. It's any distraction. Like sometimes people say they're in a funk because of X, Y, or Z. There's always a reason to be a distraction. It just happens to be like something. And I'm not sensitive to this. I
Right.
understand this is something that has like never happened in our lifetime and likely never will. It's something that's never even happened in like a lot of our parents' lifetimes. So we can't even get like there's just a lot of unknown. And unfortunately, that causes a ton of anxiety for people. People don't like to know or don't want to have the unknown or things they don't feel like they can control, right? And so I love that you talked about that, just like controlling your mind. I say every day, you get to wake up and you have two choices. You have the choice to, you know, watch the news all day, become consumed, become obsessed, and basically nothing's going to change. Or you can figure out how to leverage your time with this. It is a situation, it is going to be what it's going to be. And, I'm kind of with Ashley on this. I told my husband, I'm like, okay, so you're home now. This is great. I've got a full time photographer. I've got a full time, and I know he has to work, but you can adjust things. I said to people, those of you who don't have to go into offices, silver lining, you just got an hour and probably 40 minutes of your life back. You know that you're not driving to and from your office every day. So, what are you doing with that time? I know we're still home with kids, and some of us feel like we have less time because we're not used to staying with our kids. Um, but again, on that silver lining, like I said, we're going to look back on this time in our lives and we're going to be like, remember when we were quarantined to our houses and mom was making up all those school games and pretending she was a teacher and we had no toilet paper and every time I had to go to the bathroom we had to get in the shower to wash ourselves or whatever it is, like we're all going to be like laughing about this, and it's going to be, when you look back, like what is it going to be? And so I know there's a lot of different things that I've seen out there, and I do believe that people should do whatever they need to do for themselves. But for me personally, I want to stay active. I want to set goals for myself during this time frame because it helps me to have things I am in control of and things that I am working towards, right? So things that you talked about, like getting those hosts to post up. There are people watching you guys. There's people right now who have more time on their hands than they've ever had. My mom and dad just don't have internet at their house because they live like in the woods, but they like do it on their phone. So my mom is works in corporate America still, and she's working from my house now just to have internet. And she's literally just like, well, anything I can help you with, because there's only so much I can do remotely. And there's so many people in those shoes right now, you guys. This is the perfect time for them. And like, yes, the unknown is for everybody, but like Ashley said, people are watching us right now. And whether they're ready to join this business because their mindset is there, or they're anxious um, about the future, let's be there for both of them. Let's be there for the person ready to join the business today. Let's not make up our minds for people and decide that nobody wants this business, because I'm telling you right now, if I wasn't doing this business, this would be the time that I would be messaging you. I'm that person that would be saying, okay, I'm remotely working. This is, and it's not even because I'm like fearful. I know in my heart, like, this is all going to be fine. Like, everything's going to be fine and life will go on, and all going to look back on this time as like a crazy time in our lives that was just wild, but we're all going to be fine and come out on the other side of this. Um, However, I would be the person that's saying, I have so much time on my life and on my hands right now. I want to, now is the perfect time for me to start this. That's what I would be saying. I also understand that there's other people who just need your bright light. They need your normalcy. They need your jokes. They need whoever you are on social media. They need that. They need you pranking your husband. I'm talking about myself. I asked people, what do you want to see? And you guys, overwhelmingly, everyone was like, prank your husband, put your husband on social media, because my husband hates being on social media. And it's because people want to laugh right now. They want happiness. They want normalcy. They want to see all that. So that's who we have to show up as. So Ashley, I'm going to ask you, have you changed the verbiage at all on your host to post? I know I'm getting like side messages. And if you guys have specific questions, put them in the chat box for us. We want to answer those for you guys right now. But is there anyone, or I'm sorry, I'm getting sidebar messages right now of people asking me, have you changed up your verbiage for host to post? Are you only doing host to post for distributors, or do you have loyal customer host to post up? And what is kind of that conversation looking like?
So I have a tracker that I follow that I've set on a Zoom in the past. It's actually in my office, but I'm doing the same exact thing. I'm doing 6 people a day posting about the product, 2 people post about my giveaway, and then 2 are potential distributors. If I end up having, more people replying and I get 16 hosts to post up instead of 10, those extra 6 are going to be distributor hosts to post right now. But yeah, I mean, it's the exact same thing. I'm not changing anything. Like, I'm not saying, oh, who's stuck in their house, because of coronavirus and wants to make money. Because I have seen people posting that stuff. And I think that back to what you were saying is people having extra time. If you guys haven't noticed, like, story views are up right now. My story viewers are up like 400. And so that's something that we need to take advantage of. And knowing how many people are on social media right now, you can either sit there and share every article, and you can talk about how you're stuck inside your house and complain about this and that, or you can post about your business and look back on this day, just like Lauren was saying, as or not this day, this time, as a time where your business exploded and that you offered something to people when they thought that they were literally, their life was falling apart. And like I was saying, just so many people are at rock bottom right now. And I mean, I haven't really done like follow-ups just because it is like a sensitive time. And I feel like if people want to come to me, like, they'll find a way to contact me. But as far as my host posts, I'm not changing anything at all. But if I do have, more than 10 people posting, I'm having them do my distributor host to post, and it hasn't changed anything. And I can send it to you, Lauren.
Okay. Yeah. And you guys, I'm the same way. Like, I'm with Ashley. Like, there's a way to be that light. Like, it goes without saying that you work from home if you're somebody who does this full time, or it goes without saying, even if you don't do this full time, but you're so happy that you joined this business a year ago, or whatever. And so still sharing your business and still sharing what you're doing, and like being that, adding value to social media and to people's lives right now is just the biggest piece. I know I haven't, you guys that don't, or that you guys that do know me in real life are probably like, whoa, that girl has makeup and her hair's curled. This is weird. And it's because I'm taking advantage of these times. I did a makeup tutorial this morning and I did a hair curling tutorial this morning. And I'm putting those on my stories because that's what people want to watch right now. Something they can just, and it has nothing to do with Itworks. Absolutely zero to do with my business, but it's getting my views up. It's getting people watching me. It's a place that people can come to just feel normal for a second. And my host posts are the exact same. I'm doing the same thing. I'm still doing my giveaway. So if most of us are a part of some sort of team that does a giveaway. And so that's how I'm attracting people to do host posts for me. Right now I have a poll up that says we're doing $100 PayPal giveaway on Saturday. By the way, a lot of people want cash right now. So what a better time. And people that are entering, I'm just sending them the message. Ashley is doing different than I do. I'm only doing distributor host posts right now. And all mine says is it's a little picture that I made that says, and I can't share it in here, but because you can't share it but I can show you guys the picture on my phone really quick. But all it says is, geez, no, where is it? Okay, well, I'll just show you the one I made for my friend Casey because I can't find mine. Okay, so it just looks like this. There's bad lighting in here, but it's an over like little graphic, and it says now hiring. My friend Lauren is looking for college girls, moms, full-time employees who are looking to make an extra $500 a month from their phone around their schedule. Message more and two, and then it's my phone number for information. Must be 18 or older, coachable, no experience needed, make your own hours. And I'm just messaging people and saying, hey, I'm so excited to get you into my giveaway. All you have to do is share this on your story, or for an additional post, make it as a post. And that's on Instagram. And people are texting me, you guys. People are texting me more. That's such a great way right now to get people the ball's in their court and they can reach out to you. And I know Ashley does the same thing. So, like she was saying, like follow ups are sensitive right now. Like you just don't know how everyone is handling the situation. And so, yeah, people that you've talked to in the past, like reaching out and saying something along the lines of, hey, I know you said you were too busy, but I bet you have 1,000,000 hours on your hands now. Like, you ready to join? Should have joined me 6 months ago. You wouldn't be worried right now, or whatever it is. You have to understand people are sensitive and they're going to take your words very literal right now. Some might. And so I think it's so important how we're delivering the message. But there's a million people. I'm in so many conversations right now because of my host post and so many people coming to me. So as far as product, I'm telling you guys, I have not had more people reaching out to me than I do right now. I'm not exaggerating. Usually I'm messaging people who view my polls. View my stories, take my polls, do the swipes, do calls to action on my posts. Right now, I'm just making my coffee in the morning and talking about it and sharing my results as always. And I'm literally having people message me right now that say, girl, I'm in my house for 14 days. I need this coffee. I decided this is my time. Like, I know we've talked in the past, but this is my time to get the coffee. I've had 4 people in the last 48 hours with some sort of message about that. So, Ashley, are you having people come to you about products? I know you share your products on your stories, but are you messaging for products right now?
So I'm not messaging for products. I'm just doing like host to post. And so one thing that I was just thinking whenever you were talking is, you know, so many people on here aren't posting right now. So it's kind of like our advantage because chances are like, I mean, even Lauren and I, we live in the same area. So like there's probably people who we're both friends with or both follow both of us. And it's like, we want to make sure that we're the person that they're going to, you know? So we have an advantage right now that not everyone in Itworks is posting and working their business. So we need to make sure that we're just utilizing that. And like I said, in a way that is genuine. We're not bragging and boasting about what we have, but in a way that is just being like a genuine human being. And I know it's hard to figure a way to post about it. And I don't know if that answered your question, but no, I'm not sending messages for, I don't really message for customers. It's just host to post obviously right now. So.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And I'm with you. I told people the best way I'm describing it is let your lifestyle, let your life, let your presence like speak for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that is, even when this is all said and done, somebody who's not in the mental capacity to start a new health regimen or start a new business today, they're going to think of you when this is all said and done, when their mind can settle, and they're going to come back to you, and your business is going to explode because you were that constant positive energy, happy space that they will remember during this time. People will always remember, it's like the cheesy quote of, people will forget what you say, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And this is like such a, you know, such a time to make people feel really good. And that's what they're going to find whenever they come to your space. As far as Ashley said, doing host to post for products, are you using any specific products right now, or are you just sticking to your regulars?
No, so I'll put it in the chat. It's just like the testers needed if you take one tablet at breakfast and one at lunch. And then I just saw someone say, like, I wish that they would lower the price. Like, guys, $69 is not a lot of money. Like, people are going out and putting $700 worth of groceries on their credit card right now. Like, $69, if they genuinely want this, they're not going to be turned away by $69 at the end of the day, honestly.
Yeah, and I think too, like, I mean, I get it. Like, everyone think this is like a crisis of spending money, but like, and I'm not saying that, again, I'm saying this in a safe space so that you guys can understand, but like, a lot of us are affected emotionally, but there's a lot of people not affected financially.
Well, and like a lot of people don't think this is real. So there's a lot of people who do want to buy the product and join the
Yeah.
business because they legit don't even think that this is real. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah. There's people all over the place, but like, companies are doing so wonderful of like letting people work from home. I mean, I get it. Yes. There's like um, 20% of Americans are, in a laid off type situation, or in the service industry, like waitresses, hairstylists. Yes, they are being affected. There's no doubt. There are people being affected financially, but a lot of people like that work for corporate America, teachers, my husband, like the jobs that they're still getting paid. There's things in place that people are still getting their income. And so, anyways, I don't want to spend like,
well,
um,
that's kind of what I was just going to say is like, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're not here to talk about how people are being affected by it. My dad owns a brick and mortar business and like his business is hurting right now. Like I could not work my business because it's hurting, like, because my dad's business. So like, I understand it's affecting people. I'm not saying that it's not affecting people. It's how we handle it. If you talk about it affecting people and you consume yourself of the news and all this, that's what's going to happen. So this isn't a place where we talk about that it is affecting people. We're very aware of that. It's a place for us to bring light and how we can still work our business despite what's going on right now.
yeah, I agree. I think it's just so important. And I've seen that. I've seen like a lot of suggestions from different people of like what we should do or what we should do. The thing is this is what we are doing. And the only thing you can control, once again, is how do you work your business? How do you show up? How do you be that light? And how do you continue on? Because like I said, there's so many people um, that are just ready for this. And like I said, I mean that tried and true. If it was the beginning, if this was me and I wasn't doing It Works yet and I was still working in corporate America, which I worked in retail, this would be my time that I was messaging and saying, okay, I'm working from home. We have no stores open. This is my time. Show me what to do. That would be it. And that is my personality, but there's a bajillion people out there that are my personality type and they're ready to get going. They just need to hear from you. They need to know that we're still working. They need to know that we're still going and that they can do this. And if you're not working, then they're going to think that we stopped working. Do you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that this isn't the time. So you got to just keep going. So anyways, okay. So Ashley, you are doing host to post. You shifted your mindset. You had enrolled one person on the 15th of the month, and it's now the 18th of the month. 3 days, y'all, and she's enrolled 7. So what are can you give people, this is like not even about mindset shift, but give people your tips. What are some of like your go-tos? I know for me, when I'm messaging for host to post, a lot of people will message me and then they're like, okay, well, what is this? I've never heard of it, which by the way, I love so much because does everyone tell you? Everybody does. It works. It's saturated, blah, blah, blah. Ever since I started doing distributor host to post, it's amazing because people are like, I've never heard of that. What is it?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure you get that a lot too. What are some key things that you're sharing with people to get people excited right now about this?
So I have a script that for so long I was like, oh, like the script doesn't work, but it obviously does. So basically what I'm saying is when people text me, because that's how the host post is, like it says text money to my phone number. So I'm just like, hey, who is this? I'd love to share some information with you. And they tell me who they are. And I can put all these in the thread of the Lifers page just because I don't have them saved as text replacements on my
Yeah.
computer to put in the chat.
Yeah.
But basically, I just tell them it's a work from home job and all you need is a cell phone or laptop to get started. And then I just ask them if it's something they could see themselves doing. And then they're obviously like, yes. And I just say, tell me a little bit more about yourself. Like, why do you need extra money? And why did you reach out to me? And right now that's when people are saying, oh, I need extra money because I'm stuck at home, or I need extra money because my husband works full time and he's been laid off, or whatever, I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I kind of just talk about like why I joined this. And then I ask, always ending it with a question. I'm sure you guys have heard that. I ask them if they have an hour a day that they can put into this, and then they'll say yes. And I kind of just explain what we do. I ask them where they live, and then they'll say wherever they live. And I'm like, okay, cool. I live in Wright City, Missouri. You don't have to be local since most of it's online. What questions do you have for me? And then this is, I should be able to put this one in the chat because I'm going to try to copy it really quick. Whenever someone asks me like how much it costs to get started, that is what I'm saying. So yeah, just, I don't know. I think, and really it just comes down to like, you have to allow people to come to you, which means you have to do host posts, even if you're feeling uncomfortable right now with it. And just know that, I mean, if you feel like you can't work your business right now, it's probably just saying you don't think that this is a real blessing and you don't believe in it. Like, that's just kind of how I feel, and I was like, I'm being selfish right now by not posting about this. I'm being selfish by not, and working my business and trying to reach new people. Because just like I said, like Stephanie and Joel literally found this business when they thought their life was crumbling, and look who they are now. Like, we could enroll someone like that. And I truly believe I already have enrolled people who within 10 years are going to be in their position because they're so hurting right now with what's going on. So that's what I've been using whenever people ask how much it costs to get started.
I love how you end it with you in, because like I usually send something very similar to you, but then I end it with, you can double your investment back immediately. And like, like, you guys, I'm a presidential diamond. I've been in this business for almost 5 years, and even I'm like, oh, that's a perfect tip. Like, it ends, and I know we always teach people like end it on a question, but like when I'm answering questions, I don't typically end it with a question. And I love that little TED of you in, that like just makes it seem like, okay, let's do this. So I love that.
And then another thing that I've been doing is whenever they say yes back to that, I'm like, okay, cool. Do you have a few minutes to go through my website right now? And then they'll say yes. And then I tell them my website. And I tell them when they're on my website to let me know. And when they're about to check out, I'll send them my code. Because I don't want to just send them my code right away and then they're not even on my website and they take 10 hours and then they never respond to me. So I literally have them send me a screenshot once they have everything filled out. And then I ask them once they send me that screenshot, I'll send over my code. So don't just like throw up and give them all of the information right away, because it's like that step-by-step process,
Yeah, I love that. And I think that like, you guys, this is the time, like if you've not done host a post, do host a post. Okay. Drop a 2 in the comments if you're going to start host post today. Okay. Who is going to do host a post? You are literally taking all that nervous anxiety off of the table, and like, you're letting people come to you. You're going to be getting messages from people that literally are saying more, more, more. Like, it's in their court, and you have zero feelings. You have zero reason to feel like any type of way about talking to them except for offering them this amazing opportunity. So
Yeah. And then whenever I do have people who like say they'll post for me, I go to their page first, and if they have over 1,000 friends and like they look like they get a good enough interaction on their post, those are the people who I have post the distributor one for me. So don't just send it to anyone. And I promise, like I literally get 2 up a day, and I have at least like 15 new potentials texting me every single day, because I'm being like very picky about the people who do post about the potential distributor host a post for me.
okay, you guys, if you have specific questions on what she's saying right now, this is your time to ask. We're here to help you, but this is your time to ask the questions too. Okay, somebody said, a lot of my Facebook friends don't interact. Do you have any pointers? You guys, if you want people to interact, you have to interact. That is like the biggest thing, and it doesn't happen overnight. Nobody starts a page and it's super interactive. The best way to get interaction with you is you have to do a lot of interacting first, a lot of posting first before you ever get interaction back. And that's what I've learned. So if you want people commenting on your stuff, you have to go comment on people's things. If you want people to be following you and watching you, you have to be sharing content and adding value to social media outside of Itworks.
Yeah. And then another thing off of that is like, I'll see my memories from like 5 years ago, and it's like I was sharing graphics and stuff, so like nobody's interested in that. It was like a graphic that's black, green, and bling, and it was like, join my team for $99 and get skinny wraps. Like, that's not what you should be posting. So kind of ask your upline. What I normally do, if I see people doing that, I'll just say, hey, would you be open to some constructive criticism with your page so I can help you like get more people, because you may just not know what you're posting right now.
Yeah. Okay, Ashley, some people are asking you questions. What is your DT host to post?
So I'm not going to do it word for word just because it's like, I don't want us all posting the exact same thing.
Right.
But it is, I'll read, hold on, I got to type it out really quick.
Is
So
it
it's a picture, just like you said.
okay? Yeah.
So I have them post a picture and I can show the picture. Hold on one second. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
So it literally just said, oh, dang it, I hate this. Now hiring, my friend Ashley is looking for college girls, moms, full-time workers who are interested in making $500 a month from their phone. Must be coachable, 18 years or older, no experience necessary, uncapped income, make your own schedule and text money. And then there's my phone number. And then they actually post just like, hey, friends who's looking for an extra source of income. My friend Ashley is looking for 2 people who want to make an extra $500 a month from their phone. She's beyond successful and ready to mentor you. Text me or say me or info to 314, blah, blah, blah. Serious inquiries only. So
I think the big thing is like getting out there and making a really good graphic on an app like Over. And if you're struggling with that, like reach out, somebody can help you make one. But I love that. So very similar to what I post for host to post also, but definitely different verbiage. And that's super important for the algorithm, you guys. Like you're not going to want to just like copy and paste. It's not, because then Facebook is smart and they drop your algorithms down. The other thing
yeah.
with your picture, people ask me all the time, well, I heard if you share the same picture over and over again, it'll drop your algorithm with that picture. And so what I do is like basically every 5 times I send out my picture for somebody to post for me. When you make a graphic and Over, you can edit it, and I just change the color like of a word. So it'll say,
Right.
my friend Lauren, my name is like sometimes pink, sometimes my name is blue, sometimes, and every time you make even the slightest adjustment to your graphic and save it, that gets a whole new code on it. So just so you guys know that. And then people ask, do you just use giveaway posts to get posts up, or do you message people to put up a post for you, Ashley? I personally
Um,
do giveaway.
yeah, I post about the giveaway, and like I said, I have 2 people a day post about my giveaway. So then I literally post about my giveaway once or twice a month. Like I think so many people are posting about their giveaway like 3 times a week, and I just feel like it's so much. But I mean, if it's working for you, that's fine. But that's not what works for me. And I have people post about my giveaway for me, so it's like never ending, if that makes sense, without having to blow up my feed about it.
Yeah. So one thing, you guys, that I've done too is I'll post about my giveaway only like 2 or 3 times a month also, and I'll get like multiple comments on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll like actually reach out to them and say, thank you so much. I've got you entered. Here's the date. And could you post between the times of? And so like I have it like basically broken down, and I'll stagger when I message, because it's inevitable. Your people are going to comment, and then you're going to message them and ask them to put up the host to post for you, and they're not going to actually put up the host to post. So if they don't respond to me, then I'll message on to that next one, but I kind of like stagger it. And then I have people who like will post for me in like 7 days from now, you know, because I have 3 other ones up right now or whatever it is, and kind of that carries you through the month. um so I like that. And then somebody said, how do you decide to do a business host to post versus a product one? Ashley kind of touched on that. She said she has people who have really good engagement and a lot of followers do the distributor host to post. Is there anything else you want to say on that, Ashley?
I like I said, just as if they have over 1,000 friends, then I have them post about the distributor host to post.
Okay. Um, Okay, she says this is going to sound crazy, but I've had over 180 people comment on my host to post giveaway. That's amazing, girlfriend. You better go get ambassador with that one. I'm trying to get everyone to get a post up. It keeps popping to the top of my field and more people comment. That's fine. You just need to get yourself organized and get a tracker and, add those people and just keep it organized. I think that's like for you, it's about organization. Um,
Well, and like if there's that many comments, you have to know not everyone's going to post for you.
right.
And take it day by day. Maybe send out 70 a day out of those, whatever, 190. And then out of 70, you could maybe have 10 to 15 people post, because not necessarily everyone who comments is actually going to post for you.
Right. Do you have them only post their timeline story or both? So I actually, for Instagram, like when they post in their story, I tell them they get an additional entry if they make a post for me. And then on Facebook, it's just posting on their not stories. For me, I have them do their timeline. Ashley, what do you have them do?
So I don't really do host a post on Instagram. If I do, I just have them add me on Facebook, and then they post on their Facebook for me. Just because people aren't going to post on their actual Instagram feed, I feel like, about my giveaway. They'll post about it on their story, but then like if people start replying to their, like, I just feel like Facebook is a better way to handle it. So if someone comments on my Instagram like giveaway, I'll be like, cool. So all you have to do is throw a post up on your Facebook. And then you'll get entered. Do you have Facebook? And then they'll add me, and then I'll have them post on their Facebook wall about the product, or and it's really hard because you're getting a lot of friend requests and like names with like Instagram names, handles, post to like Facebook, but you just have to be organized with it. Just like Lauren was saying, having a tracker with it. There was something else that someone had asked. I can't remember what it was.
Somebody asked, what do we mean by a tracker?
So I don't have mine with me, but I can show you guys from my phone because it's in my office. I wish I would have brought it in here, but this is what it is. It's literally says host a post tracker, and each box is someone who posts for me. So there's 10 boxes, and the first 6 are customer. Like, you can't see it. I'm wasting my time trying to show it. I always get annoyed when people try to do that and you can't see it, so it's whatever. I will post it in the thread of the Lifers page, and if you just ask your triple upline or above, they'll be able to grab it for you and send it your guys' way.
Yes.
But it's basically like who posts about the product for you, and then numbers 1 through 8, the potentials for that product.
Yes.
Or the people who text you about the opportunity.
It's just really like a way to organize yourself, you guys, and keep the names written down and all that. So you can even come up with one on your own. I mean, this is an easy way to just grab one, but it's really simple. Like whatever makes sense for you for organizing your hosted post, how you know who posted for you, who's commented on it, what conversations you're in, and all that. So, okay, all right, you guys. So I think that is really all I wanted to go over and kind of talk to you guys about today. I just wanted to get you guys in a right headspace, just give you a little pep talk, let you know that there are people out there killing it in this business right now. And it really is all about mind space, mindset, mind space, whatever you want to call it, and making the most of the situation right now. Some of us, if you really look at it the right way, we have such a great opportunity right now, and you just have to be in the right headspace to get there. So Ashley, do you have any other tips that you would leave them with? Because I know you're absolutely killing it and have inspired so many. So is there anything else you would leave them with?
I think just really you get what you focus on. If you focus on your business is going to grow. If you focus on, what's going on right now, like I said, I'm not against being aware of it, but if you focus on it, you're just going to get more fear. More fear is going to come into your life about how you can work your business. I would honestly really suggest people stepping away from the news right now, stepping away from articles, stepping away from Facebook scrolling, and turn on Disney Plus with your kids or something, just instead of watching the news 24/7. So that's just what's really helped me. And I really think that if everyone makes that shift, you guys can all experience growth right now as well. So thank you so much for having me on. This was so good.
Thank you so much, Ashley, for getting on. I really appreciate it. So, all right, you guys, go out there and kill it, and we'll talk to you all soon. Bye.